This is Spirit Spotlight.
Bethune cuts in. Bethune now finds Rodman. Flag stays down. Rodman off the post and in. The first shot of the game produces the first goal of the game, and the Spirit go on top.
Your official Washington Spirit source for exclusive interviews, official postgame show, and all things Spirit throughout the season. Here's Mike Minnich.
This week's Spirit Spotlight, the final one before the final regular season game against North Carolina. Michael Minnich with Tara McKeown. Tara, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so a week off for games. You guys are still working hard on the training ground. What was the focus in training after the Chicago win?
I think just moving forward, how we want to play going into North Carolina and then the postseason. Also kind of just like a deload last week because we didn't have a game, which was nice. So we weren't really killing our bodies for the past 2 weeks, which was good.
What's the focus been? What kind of has been the approach, leading into this game? What do you guys want to do?
Just more so on possession, playing out of the back. We know that North Carolina's good at possession. So hopefully going into this game, we're able to do the same, and then locking down our press and how we want to win the ball higher up and being able to go straight to goal.
You mentioned kind of a little bit of a physical break. You probably needed it. You played every minute this year. What kind of physical and mental toll does it take to play every minute of every game?
It's been, honestly, I've loved it. It's been great. I think everyone just wants to play. So being able to play every minute and contribute to the way that we want to play and the team has just been really fun for me. But yeah, I definitely think that I was happy about the break last week and now ready to go again against North Carolina.
You made us nervous in that game at Kansas City. You went down and were down for a minute or two, but were able to pop back up. I'm sure that didn't feel great in the moment, but you've been able to recover from that. Yeah,
exactly. We keep going.
You got to play next to an Iron Woman last year in Sam Staab. What did you learn from her so much about defending, about, kind of taking care of your body too, to be able to play those kind of minutes?
Yeah, I mean, everything, honestly, playing next to her last year when it was my first year at center back was just great for me to learn from someone who has so much experience and just professionalism. So I think, being able to play with her and next to her was just great for my development. And then also off the field, how she does recover and able to go all season long. I think that's something you have to learn and nail down as well.
What were some specific things on the field that you learned from her?
Definitely playing out of the back in tight pockets. She's one of the best, just distributing the ball. So I think I was just watching her and learning where the space is, who's open, how can we skip lines, and just being able to start the attack from center back position.
I was thinking about this. You obviously were converted over from forward. So a lot of your touches then were vital touches. You were in the final third. Everything had to be precise. I'm sure that carries over to being a defender as well, where one mistake could give the other team a goal.
Yeah, definitely. I think I was more stressed out being center back. I just didn't want to screw up. So I think now more so I'm comfortable and just trying to relax and have fun. And I definitely think that I've grown back there too as well, which helps. So being able to take a load off has now been nice this year.
Sure. What helps too is having Aubrey Kingsbury behind you. What does she mean to this team?
Yeah, definitely. I can always rely on her if I do happen to mess up a pass or, if they're on a breakaway or anything. It's just trying to cut down the forwards angle to goal just so Aubrey has a better chance. But no matter what, I know that she'll have my back, and I feel like that's how everyone on the field feels with her back there. She just is a very pivotal player and a great leader that we just know that she'll have our back and wants the team to succeed as much as she wants to succeed herself.
You talked about playing out of the back. It's a different style this year, but you're being asked to do that more. It's not so much, clear the ball and hope somebody gets it. It's much more of get on the ball, find somebody. How do you think that fits your game?
I think it's honestly grown a lot and it's been way better this year. It's more fun, honestly, just being able to play in tight spaces and keep the ball and defend with the ball. we're not really having to do last ditch defending and clearing, because we're usually the ones trying to build up from the back and just find the spaces to exploit their defense, which I think has helped our team a lot, and just as a player, me grow a lot too.
You're still getting forward, though. A really big moment in that Chicago game. You're crossing from the side to set up the goal for Heather. Take me through that play and what you remember about that play.
I remember, I think it was after the corner, and I saw Gabby, and then I saw space just wide of her, and there wasn't really a defender there, so I decided to open up. And then we've been working a lot on just crossing and finishing, so I knew that there'd be runners in the box, and just to put a decent ball in. And then Heather, of course, with a great finish. So yeah, I think that's what we've been working on truly a lot.
She scores. It's a game winner. That's the eighth game winner your rookies have scored this year. That's phenomenal. That's more than the veterans too. What
yeah,
are these 6 rookies added to this team this year?
I think they're amazing. They all bring a different style and personality to the game, and just being able to rely on every one of them. It's not like, oh, they're a rookie, like we don't really have much faith in them. Like, we have a lot of faith in them, and they're just another player on the team that is helping our team succeed. So I think it's amazing, and it shows that when all of them have scored and are contributing a lot to our team, and the team wins.
This time last year, going into the last week of the season, you were on the playoff bubble. North Carolina comes in, beats you, knocks you out of the playoffs. You've played a playoff game against them. You've played a cup final against them. This rivalry is a pretty good one, and you had the Challenge Cup games in too, but you saw them 4 times last year. What is this rivalry like playing against North Carolina?
Yeah, it's always a crazy game, and it's always like, I feel like it comes down to the last minute. So I feel like going into this game, it's kind of the same thing. We're hoping to be the 2nd seed, so we want to win, and I'm sure they obviously want to win. So I think it's just going to be a great game again, and hopefully we can come out on top.
You're the last team to win there in the regular season last year. You were the last team to beat North Carolina at North Carolina. What makes them so hard to play against, especially down there?
I think it's just like playing anywhere at home. It's your fans. You have like more support. The fans are an extra player on the field. So I think just like playing anywhere, it's kind of like you go in like down one maybe. But I think since it's so close, we're able to hopefully have fans there and have extra support off the field as well.
You brought Britt in from them this season. Has she given you any tips on how to defend their forwards?
I don't know. Not yet. I think it's just always the best practice going against our forwards in training, because I think they're some of the best. So yeah, I think we're going into this game pretty great.
This is true of you guys, of course, as well. But I look at North Carolina and say they don't have like a Sophia Smith where you say, okay, this player scored 15 goals. We got to stop this player to make things happen. They have a lot of weapons. How do you kind of approach it when, it could be 5, 6, 7 players playing in that attacking third for them?
I think it's just going in with the right tactics and the game plan, and everyone sticking to the game plan. We know that we have a job to do, and everyone on the field has a job to do. So just sticking to your role and your job, we should be able to stick to the game plan, and just hopefully everyone does their job.
You guys have known for a month that you're in the playoffs. You've known for several weeks you're going to have a home playoff game, but there's still something out there, as you said, to finish second, to get those 2 home games, hopefully. How have you and the coaches kind of found a balance between this game is important, but we're also working towards the playoffs and trying to win 3 games there?
Yeah, definitely. But I think we're just looking at this game, not really towards the postseason yet. So it's all our focus is on this game and going into the postseason the best that we can to be able to be 2nd seed and have the home games, because we do think that that's an advantage. So I think our focus is on this game and this game only.
In the playoffs last year in the final, we saw Neely Martin have to go in goal at the last minute. Mandy Hunt was out of the game. So I just wanted to ask you this. If that happened, where Aubrey, maybe gets hurt or gets red carded, somebody has to play the last couple of minutes in goal. Who's your field player? Who do you put in goal?
I I mean, I'd go, but I think
Yes.
Paige and Lena want them to be said, so I'll give them the. I'll say Paige and Lena because I know that'll just make them happy.
They've claimed that role in training, huh? Do they put the gloves on once in a while?
No, never. But but they like to say that they would be the 4th or 5th, whatever it'd be.
All right, Tara. Goals for you this weekend in the playoffs. So, what do you want to kind of accomplish to cap off this season for yourself?
I just want to play a good game, play well, and hopefully our team wins. And I'd love a shutout. So going into this game, we're definitely trying to get a shutout and just, set ourselves up as much as we can for the postseason.
How much did that play of experience 3 years ago help you and maybe some of those players that went through it?
I think it was great. Obviously, we haven't really been in it since, so it's been a while, but you just realize how every game could go either way, and you just have to be together as a unit and going into the postseason, as much as a team as you can, that it's not going to be maybe 3-0. It's going to come down to the wire. So just staying locked in all those moments is what's going to help. And I think that the playoffs who do have that experience are going to be able to help our team going into the postseason, make sure that we're locked in on all the moments. And even the last, how there's always 10 minutes at the end of 90 minutes. So even those moments count, and we just have to be together and as a unit.
If the game goes to a pony shootout, is your hand up? Do you want to be one of the 5?
I don't know. I'll keep that to myself for now. We'll see.
But you'd be confident in that moment if they said you're gonna take the winning penalty kick, you're gonna take the deciding penalty kick. You're comfortable with that sort of thing.
Yeah, if they told me to, I'd step up for the team.
All right, Tara. Thank you so much for your time. Best of luck this weekend.
Okay, thank you.
This has been Spirit Spotlight, an official presentation of the Washington Spirit Radio Network. Listen live every Friday afternoon with Bram Weinstein at 3:40 on ESPN 630 in DC and anywhere from the ESPN 630 app.